I'm going to ask this of most people I see tonight. Aside from your own bout, the one you're looking forward to most on the rest of the card and why?
Okay,
People start with you.
Yeah, well, we've got Daniel in our
Your team,
the red team, and he's fighting Paul over there.
Think about the third person who said that. This is
yeah, and I'm actually looking forward to Daniel Treasure
yeah, they've got a good school in, haven't they?
The other bays, I was just thinking to this here as well, it's Paul and Daniel.
Paolo versus Daniel Treasure.
What's going on YouTube? So as you know, this is episode 2 of the All-Round Athlete Challenge. I actually got challenged to box and I went through with it. I didn't record much on the day just because of nerves and sort of trying to get in the zone and get things ready. I just didn't get time to get my camera out, but we have got some footage from the day. So let's throw back and go there right now. Peace.
Straight, go!
Diamond in the dirt, you know I'm treasure,
you just saw part of the fight. They've got old style Olympic scoring. I lost 22-20. Thought it was a bit unfortunate. I enjoyed it. The main thing is I raised £305 for Chakabars project through ticket commissions and a few donations, and even to this point now we're still trying to gather some donations. So yeah, we'll confirm at the end of this video anyway when we discuss it. But reflecting on the fight, I thought I did well. I thought I went up a level during preparation, and on the night I think it could have gone any way, like whether that would have been my way, a draw, or him. So yeah, but I thought someone who's a good fighter, he had experience, and I was just like pleased to get in there. And like people have talked about the fight since and really kind of said how well on the level that we competed at, considering it was white collar, and this was just for charity. This is something that I got challenged to. I don't want to be like, it's not about winning or losing, it's about taking part, it's about more than that. So I'm proud of what I did, definitely. I'll show you the interview now, because we actually got interviewed after, and the journalist there was saying that he thought it was one of the better bouts on the night. So it's quite exciting, but I'll show you that now.
Hello, Craig Birch here, Henrietta Street Boxing Gym Club Show, Prism Nightclub in Birmingham. This is the one everyone's been looking forward to, Dan Trezor versus Pavlo. Pavlo's come out on top by a couple of points. Gentlemen, fantastic contest. Pavlo, congratulations first.
Thank you.
So I'm Dan, and it was yeah, he's hard to pin down, isn't he, Pavlo?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I enjoyed it. It was a good fight. Like, the same as what I expected, and a bit, upset I didn't do what I knew I had to, because I know he's a fighter. So yeah, but it was good fun.
Yeah,
it was a good bout.
We talked in the prelude about you two guys maybe having natural God-given boxing skill and so on. Pavlo, was the test everything you imagined it would be?
Yeah, they told me that Dan would be like fast, focused, and he done everything that I was expecting, which was really, really fun. I wish we do a lot more fights. He gave a lot of combinations, which was hard to dodge them all, and he had a lot of stamina, strong punches, and I enjoyed every moment.
Yeah, it was good. I thought I landed some good right hands as well that he walked onto, but I knew that I know how tough he was because people were telling me, and that was true. And like, you can't afford to stay in with him, because I know I won't beat him at that game. So.
You were hard to catch up.
Yeah, I had to. I felt like I was all over the ring, but like I was trying to, I was like inspiring. I've done well with like having my jab low and changing my jab and catching people, but you can't do that to him. You can't throw a single jab and expect to score that, because he's got good head movement.
Of course. The last time I was at the gym, I did a selection of interviews. I spoke to probably everybody in the gym. This was the fight they were really looking forward to. Pavlo, do you feel the fight met expectations on an entertainment value? It was hard to say when you won.
The match is always like really hard to think that you're doing your best, because the stamina goes half life. It's really, really tiring, and strength is less. But I really hope we satisfied everyone's expectations.
Yeah, well, as I was walking back here after watching the fight, so a lot of people say to me, good fight that one. So I think you've
Put a learning for the fight tonight.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. We've not had fights tonight yet, so we'll find out when that comes up, whether it's going to be fights tonight. But Dan, you probably left yourself with just a little bit too much to do. Maybe a bad second round cost you dearly, didn't it? So.
Yeah, I think it's. I didn't do what I should have done, and Pavlo delivered, so fair play.
Yeah, left yourself. Will you be boxing again on the next show here and so on?
I said I wouldn't do it again after, but after that, it kind of leaves you with a bit of a sour taste, and you really want to get back and redemption, I suppose.
So which brings me on to my other mischievous question: will there be a rematch?
We'll see.
Is it possible? If the money's right, if the money's right, hey guys. Well, gentlemen, you've been absolute credit to yourself. I think it's about the night. I may be wrong. We'll find out. Gentlemen, shake hands. Cheers. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, so as you can see, look how relaxed he is even in the interview. That's what I was dealing with in there. I was out of breath a little bit after, and that's because you can see anyway, and I said in episode 1 that even when you see us the height difference and the range, I'm going to try and stay on the outside, he's going to try and work inside, and that's exactly what happened. I stayed on my feet, and because of the style of scoring, I couldn't afford to even mix it in there. Only I had to make sure he knew I wasn't worried about trading with him a little bit. And that happened from the start. I started exactly how I wanted to. I was landing my right hand a lot, which is what I wanted to do. So yeah, it was very slippery. And like I say, he's a good boxer. So it was a very technical fight, I thought, especially like I say at that level. I feel like, I just feel proud that me and the opponent managed to do that, and everyone was coming up to us saying how good of a fight it was. And I think that was more for like the boxing fans, because there's a lot going on in that fight that wouldn't have been apparent to the people who don't know boxing, and that's because I was, as I said in the interview, I was trying to throw my jab from low and kind of change where I was throwing it from, and I was landing on him, and he also had a little bit of a towel. He'd bring his head to one side and I knew he was going to charge at me, so I'd trigger my feet, move back and just land my right hand, and I felt it land hard in the first round a few times. I don't think you can see it too well on the video. I'll try and zoom in a bit more. So you can see them landing, but I definitely felt it. And to be honest, I know how relaxed he was, and people were telling me how good he was. But I really thought he'd be flustered once he got caught with that, just because of the speed. But he wasn't. And then he just kept coming at me, which is quite exhausting when you're the fighter who can't afford to stay in there, because before you know it, on that old scoring system, you can be 3 points down if you make the wrong move. Yeah. So as you can see, I'm excited about the fight still, because I've just talked so much about it that I don't even know. There's so many things that happened. But what I was trying to say as well is how well he adjusted each time I threw my shots. I couldn't land the right hand like I was, and my jab like I was in the first round, in the second. And that's just because the experience he's got and knows how to adjust. As you can see, he was in my corner. Look, what did you think of the fight?
I enjoyed it, but I don't know I'm getting punched in the head, so...
Yeah, it's always more enjoyable when you're not getting punched.
But no, I really enjoyed it. I thought he boxed very well, and you boxed very well. I feel like it could have went either way, and it's just, it's more the fact that it was entertaining, that you raised money more than anything. I don't really think a win or a loss really makes that much difference, to be fair. You did everything you needed to do. Probably... The scoring got scored on work rate and times, and yeah, it's one of them. Like you said, you got in great shape for it. You got to use fit, so, and I'd encourage anyone else to get involved in it. I think it's definitely something you need to tick off must-do list for you in your life. Just get into the ring and box. I generally believe everyone should give that a go.
Yeah, it's definitely an experience coming out to the entrance music and everything. I think I had near 50 people there. I bought tickets for me, and then there's about 700 people in the venue, so like that is an experience in itself. What did you think of the fight itself? How do you think I started in that? Because I was just
I think the start went really well. I feel like you did everything you needed to, and I think the first round was comfortable. If should have been more comfortable than it actually scored.
Yeah.
The jab was landing. I think he adjusted really well in the second round, and whoever cornered him giving good advice as well, because he started making you miss with the first shot.
Yeah.
And then the third round, I thought that you took it again with more boxing.
I think that's where the levels look quite decent as well, because so I was landing with the single jab, and it's like he didn't know where it was coming from, because I was holding it low and flicking it out. And then, like you say, he adjusted in the second, but then you got me to adjust, and you told me not to try and land the jab, so he was expecting me to try and land that jab, but then I'd go again with like a reverse 1-2 after, wouldn't I? So,
and it was scoring?
Yeah, so that kind of shows what people probably didn't know sitting down, who
That's
don't
the
know
fuel.
boxing, is that all these adjustments are made, and you got 3 rounds to do it.
It's not a lot of time really to make these adjustments really.
I'm glad it wasn't longer. I was like, on the last round, I was like, I had the tank, but my legs were starting to go because I was on them. He's really relaxed and always coming forward, so he gets his breathers in different ways, doesn't it?
And I think a lot of people underestimate like 3 2-minute rounds like amateurs box.
Yeah.
To actually realise how tiring that can be, because obviously you compare that to other sports, even like the likes of football or running and stuff, it's like a lot more endurance based, where this is just so explosive. And I don't think anyone should knock that sort of thing until you've tried it yourself, because it's absolutely exhausting.
Go box and stuff and just do it on the spot, but it's completely different when you got flipping out. Look at that. Flipping out, I'd get back in the ring and have them charge at me like that again.
That shit me up, man. Oh, I really dislike that, man. One just charged.
Calls himself a vegan.
Yeah, they're having it off.
So Anthony gets attacked by these geese every day.
Generally, geese and seagulls.
It's one of them things, the guy was the aggressor, and he was always going to be, like, because he's a shorter fighter, and like I say, I could have tried to mix it in with him. You would have definitely advised against that, wouldn't you? Because you haven't got time to do that on that score, and you can be 3 or 4 points down because you decided to do the
Well,
right
that happened with one exchange, didn't it?
Yeah.
And like he got scored, like, even though they didn't land clean, it's still like he threw 5 or 6, you threw 2, and I think he got 2 points scored.
Yeah.
Which, when you look at the fight, that's actually the difference in the winning.
Yeah. So like 22-20 just generally means he landed 2 clean punches. That's the difference. So one sort of, what's the word? One exchange could be the difference in me getting back in it.
Which that's exactly what happened, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, we're going to check in with you in a bit anyway.
Peace.
Right, so I finished rounding up the fight. It's been a bit all over the place because it's still fresh. To add?
Yeah, just going forward actually with the all-round athlete challenge that we're doing. I'm going to be competing in an ultra marathon, which I think is like 29 miles or something, man versus lakes. So I'm going to be training for that, so I'll probably do a few vlogs on that, so keep an eye out. And both of us are going to do the Welsh 3000, I think, so if you don't know what that is, check it out. It's more of a long endurance walk. And then anything else that you want us to try, then let us know, man, because we're going for anything.
One other thing I didn't mention is we did actually raise £305 from tickets and from donations from this boxing, so thanks for that. We're going to try and meet Chakabars to give it him or donate through his page, but we'll be putting more on Instagram, so check us out on there.
Yeah, man. Comment, like, subscribe in any order you want, really. Peace.
It's alright, these geese are on us today.